What's up guys, Dan here, and in today's video, I'm going to be taking you all the way from zero, knowing nothing about Shopify dropshipping, to 100,000 a year, a million a year, scaling up, and I'm going to be taking you through every single step you need to know to start a successful Shopify store and then really expand it into a successful brand with a social media following, with a website, with a strong backing, and something that's not going to make you money for the next week, the next month, the next 2 months, something that's going to be making you money for the rest of your life because you've built an asset, you built a successful brand, and now it's going to be giving you passive income every single month for the rest of your life. Now, if you've decided to start a Shopify store, let me tell you, it's one of the best businesses you can start today. E-commerce is growing at an insane rate. It's actually 20% a year, right? There's a graph going to be somewhere here. E-commerce is growing 20% a year. So more and more people are going online to purchase products, right? And where are they going to be buying their products from? Either from Amazon, right? Or from brand stores like Shopify stores, right? And so this video is going to teach you exactly how to create a Shopify store in any niche, and how to find like the perfect niche, how to find the perfect products to sell, products that will make you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month and more, and how to really grow it into a brand. So let's go ahead and get started. Super pumped. And let's just start off by explaining what Shopify dropshipping is. You might be confused, you might not know. So Shopify, okay, it's not like a way of making money. All Shopify is, it's a tool that allows you to create a store very easily, right? It's pretty much drag and drop. You can just, create a store online on your own website. Very easy to create a website. I'm going to talk about that as well. And you basically install Shopify on your website, and then it allows you to list products on there, design it, customize it, and just really make it look awesome. That way, you can build a brand, you can list a lot of different like collections on there, right? And actually, most stores out there, most successful, like really huge brands out there today and the brands of the future are using Shopify. So just a couple examples are Gymshark, Movement Watches, Alpha Elite, right? All of these like social media inspired and personal brand inspired stores, they're all running on Shopify. So all Shopify is, it's a tool, but it's such a powerful tool that it allows anybody in the world to start their own store from their house, literally from their bed, and it allows them to make an amazing passive income and just truly change their lives. So how dropshipping works is essentially you find a niche that you want to get into, right? And then you find a product that you want to sell, but you don't have to order in bulk or anything like that. You know how with other income streams with Amazon FBA, right? And just in traditional business, you have to order, in bulk from China, right? Maybe you have to order 100 or 1,000 units up front, pay that money up front, and then, you have to take a risk on that inventory and pretty much just kind of hope that it sells. Well, with Shopify, what's amazing is that it's literally zero risk because you don't have to put any money up front, right? You can literally list a product from AliExpress.com, which is a website that allows you to find any product that you want in China and allows you to find these suppliers. And you can use a Chrome extension called Oberlo that integrates into your Shopify store, and it allows you to list any product on there onto your Shopify store. And pretty much, if a customer goes on your store and they buy a product from your store, you get the money up front and you've spent zero so far. So right now you have money from your customer, and then you use Oberlo to basically send the order details to your supplier on AliExpress, and then your supplier ships the product directly to your customer, where they're living in their address, right? So USA, Australia, UK, right? There's a lot of different countries that AliExpress will ship to through ePacket. That's what we're using to ship. ePacket is an agreement between China and the United States and a lot of other countries, which really speeds up the shipping process. And instead of, the customer having to wait a month and a half to get their product, they can get it between 2 and 3 weeks. So that's the beautiful thing about Shopify, is that you can keep testing product and you don't risk any money up front, right? When, with other income streams, you might have to risk money up front, if you want to test the product. So that's why Shopify is awesome. And you can just keep testing it, and eventually you'll keep throwing stuff at the wall and something's going to stick. And then, that one product, all you need is one product to change your life. All you need is one product to change your life, right? And as soon as you figure out that strategy, that social media strategy, and we're going to talk about that too as well, like how you're going to get customers. As soon as you figure out that one way that works for you, all you have to do is capitalize on it, right? Find similar products, create that brand, and just let it explode. Now that we understand what Shopify dropshipping is, the very first step is niche and product research. So this is where you're going to be finding your niche and your products that you're going to sell, right? And there are literally an infinite amount of niches out there. There are an infinite amount of products out there, right? But there are tools that you can use to find a niche and to find products. And I've got videos covering, how to find the perfect niche, and I've got a ton of product research videos with Shopify. But don't watch those yet. You can watch those after this video, because the stuff that I'll be covering in this video is incredibly important if you want to be successful with your Shopify store. The best method that I found that I've been using to find niches and products is just to see what's already working out there, right? So pay attention to, maybe like social media ads that you're seeing, Facebook ads, right? Pay attention to Instagram story ads that you're being targeted for different products. Most likely, they're Shopify stores. And in reality, every single ad that I see now, whether it's on Instagram, on Facebook, any other website, I go and I check out their Shopify stores, right? If it's a Shopify store, if they're advertising like a physical product, right? And, I know that if I'm being targeted for this advertisement, I know that they're making money. And so that's why it's super important to emulate success. I always say, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Pay attention to what's already working and then apply it in your own way. So copy it and then just apply it in your own way and improve on that, all right? So that's why just, the best way to find niches and products out there is to just really dig through the internet, look at ads, keep your eyes open, right? You're probably being targeted right now on your iPhone, when you're scrolling through Instagram, through Facebook, by a ton of different Shopify stores that are making a killing and you don't even know about. All right, so keep your eyes open. And if there's a niche out there that you like or are interested in, you've got a passion for it, right? And you don't, this is a separate thing, but you don't always need a passion to make a lot of money, right? Like my niches that I started with, in a lot of the brands that I have right now, I have zero passion for, but they're crazy money makers. So, it's not all about your passion, but I can guarantee you that any niche that you find out there, you will find successful Shopify stores, and you will be able to emulate their strategies that they're doing for social media. You can find their most successful products, and you can just create your own store and reap the rewards and make that amazing passive income. Now there are tools out there, and I only recommend a couple tools. I actually recommend 3 tools. There is a product research tool that's awesome, and it really allows you to just get ideas for niches and find awesome products to sell. And that way you can click on their stores and you can kind of navigate through, and you can find their best-selling products and things like that. So that way what products to test in your store. And that is Intelligence. The link for that is right down below. And so Intelligence is something that I use. But like I said, the best way is always just to keep your eyes open. But if you need that extra push, I highly recommend Intelligence. Number 2 is AliPrice Assistant. And what that does is it integrates with your AliExpress. And when you're finding a product on AliExpress, it allows you to see the price history and the supplier details, like whether the supplier is good, how their history, their order history, their satisfaction history, and all that kind of stuff has been. And so it's super important to choose a good supplier, because if you've got a bad supplier, then obviously your Shopify store is gonna basically break. Right? It's not going to work anymore. You're not going to be making any money. And extension number 3, or tool number 3, is Oberlo. Oberlo I highly recommend because it allows you to seamlessly integrate into your Shopify store. And whenever someone orders from your store, it basically allows you to copy paste the product from AliExpress and paste it onto your store. And now once you found your niche, once you found the products that you're going to sell, always test products. All right, and keep looking for the most successful stores in your niche. And there is a way actually that I show in my product research videos how to find the best selling products on any Shopify store. And it's a crazy hack. It allows you to see it allows you to basically eliminate all the garbage that's not selling, and allows you to see the products that are actually selling. So just keep optimizing, keep testing new products. The key is to test. Right? That's what basically success is with Shopify. Always test, and when you find a winner, expand alongside. So expand in similar products and then create a brand. And now one last thing, when you're looking for products and you're looking for a niche, think about in the back of your mind how you're going to target your customer, right? So with Facebook ads, and that's what we're going to be using mostly to get customers for our Shopify stores, right? With Facebook ads, how are you going to target your customers? So for example, if you've got a fishing store, very easy to target, right? You can target the top 10 pages, the most liked pages on Facebook, to do with fishing. So fishing magazines, fishing shops, things like that, right? Just fishing and bait shops, all that kind of stuff, right? So just think about how you're going to target your customer, because if there's a product and you really can't target for that product, it's a very general product, it becomes a little bit harder. It's still possible. You can always still go and take a look at the successful strategies that other sellers are, or other Shopify stores are implementing, and basically steal them and use them in your own way and become successful. There's always a way. Right? But just think about it in the back of your mind how you're going to target your potential customer. And now step number 2. So you found your niche, you found your product. Now you actually have to set up your Shopify store. Now Shopify has a 14-day completely free trial. So you can go and you can basically play around with Shopify, and you can see, how you're going to build your store, and you can kind of visualize exactly where your products are going to go, how you're going to design it, things like that. So the link for the Shopify free trial is right down below. You guys can go and click on that to set up the free trial. And then after the 14 days, right, once you found your niche, right, and you're like committed to it, you're set and you're going, you are going to upgrade to the $29 a month plan. I recommend the Shopify Basic plan. It's $29 a month, right? And it's pretty much got everything you need. But if you want a couple extra things like professional reports and also lower transaction fees if you're using Shopify payments, right, then I highly recommend upgrading to the regular Shopify plan, which is $79 a month. But for the first 14 days, it's completely free, and you can always just cancel, right? So if you change your mind about your store or something like that, right, which I don't want you to do, I want you to commit. If you're gonna, commit to this online business, commit to Shopify, and if you're gonna commit to changing your life and achieving financial freedom and achieving your dream life, then don't just quit when things get hard, right? That's what separates the successful people from the failures. And now once you've got your store set up, you've set up all the settings. I've got a video on this as well on this channel, like going exactly into detail on all this kind of stuff, like what you have to put in your settings, your shipping prices, your shipping zones, things like that. Once you've got all that set up, now you need to install apps on your Shopify store. It's very important, right? There's a lot of apps out there. There's actually a huge Shopify app store, and I highly recommend looking at these successful Shopify stores in your niche to see what apps they're using and install those on your store. Some of my favorite apps to install on your Shopify store, which I think are essential, are Hurify, which installs a countdown timer on your product page. So it creates that element of scarcity so that your customers are more, they want to buy it more because they know that it's going to run out, right? So Hurify, spin a sale is awesome. It includes that element of gambling into your store. Basically, when someone tries to leave your store, it pops up this wheel, and they can spin for a chance to win a coupon that they can, that entices them to actually go and buy from your store, and instead of just clicking out. And also, the best part about it is you get their email. And the third app that I recommend is MailChimp or Aweber. I actually prefer Aweber, but pretty much email marketing for Shopify is huge. Like these big Shopify stores like Gymshark, Movement, and all these other brands, they've really mastered email marketing and especially social media. But email marketing, they've just mastered it so well that their email lists are huge, right? And people think that emails are not important anymore, right? But in reality, email marketing is actually it's never been bigger, right? So if you've got an email list of 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people, you're pretty much set for life because you've got a list of customers that are willing to buy anything that you put out as long as it's good quality, it aligns with your brand. And now one last app that I recommend is Help Center because it allows you to create an FAQ page, because with my Shopify stores, you'll see it's the same. All of your customers are going to be asking the exact same questions over and over and over again, right? So with Help Center, you can just create a frequently asked questions page, and that way you can just point them there. So now once you've got your Shopify store set up, once you've got all your settings figured out, everything's good, now you want to find your suppliers. And you can find your suppliers either on AliExpress, which then you use Oberlo, right, to copy and paste your product onto your store, or you can find your suppliers on Alibaba. And I've actually found my suppliers from both websites, and it really depends because you're not using Oberlo in all cases. Like for some of my stores, I've actually found my supplier on Alibaba, and I actually sent them my supplier template. And by the way, I'm giving you access to my supplier template completely free. If you want to get that, it's right down below, and you can download it. You can use it to reach out to suppliers. It's got a lot of very important questions that you need to be asking your supplier to make sure that they can drop ship, and they can do things like bulk drop shipping and blind drop shipping, which basically means they don't put in any of their Chinese marketing materials, with your product, because there's nothing worse than your customer getting your product and realizing that, hey, first of all, this product cost cost like $1 for my supplier and I just paid $50 for it. And number two, everything's written in Chinese. So, right, you don't want to be doing that. So that's what blind dropshipping is. And with bulk dropshipping, that's when you're not using Oberlo. That's pretty much when customers order from your site, and you basically generate a spreadsheet with all of the, the addresses and all of that kind of stuff, like the customer details. And then you can pretty much send that to your supplier, and you just make one big payment to them, and then they go and ship them out individually. So there's a lot of different ways of doing this, but Alibaba and AliExpress are the sites to find your supplier. And like I said, if you want to get the free supplier template, make sure to get it right down below. It's completely free. But remember to come back to this video because I'm still covering a ton of very important things you need to know. Also, make sure to get samples. I always get samples for my products, because if you don't get samples on Shopify, then you don't know how your product is coming to your customer, right? And there's nothing worse, like I said, than your customer getting a product with some ugly marketing materials, and maybe it's written in Chinese so they won't understand, right? So just make sure that you're getting samples. It's super cheap, and it will become fast to your address, especially if you live in the United States or Canada. So now step number 4 is to actually go out and design your store. So you want to get a logo made. You can go on Fiverr.com or Upwork.com. There's a lot of amazing graphic designers out there, and you can go and you can actually sort on Fiverr or on Upwork by experience. Make sure you find someone that's experienced. And there's I've worked with a ton of great logo designers in third world countries who, you don't have to pay them a lot, because for them, like $4 an hour is a lot of money for them, for their cost of living. So, and they're really good at what they do. So, you don't have to have any kind of experience. You can always outsource. And what I always say is, if you're not good at something, outsource it. So make your store look nice, have an awesome logo, and also get some product photography done, right? So get your product in with your samples and actually take some awesome pictures of it being in use, right? So I recommend, for your actual product listing page, make sure that you have your own pictures there. Don't use your supplier pictures. They're not the best, right? So, have a professional photographer do it, or do it yourself. Maybe you've got a friend that has a camera, like a nice DSLR camera, and just really make your store look awesome. And so the next step is to develop your social media strategy, how you're going to get your customers. So the best ways to get customers are Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Instagram story ads. So I'm talking about Instagram feed ads and Instagram story ads, right? And actually, this is a little secret right here that I'm giving you guys. My most powerful tool to get customers is Instagram story ads, highly targeted Instagram story ads. They're so powerful. You've probably seen like 15-second videos targeting you, and pretty much like, it's just like a story ad of the product being in use, right? And you're just like, wow, because you're just going through your friend's stories, and then suddenly there's this product, right? And it's just insanely powerful. Another amazing way to get customers is social media influencers. Even now in 2018 and in 2019, social media influencers do not know what they're worth, and so they're actually extremely cheap compared to the amount of money that they can make you, to promote your product. So social media influencers, super, super valuable. And with Facebook ads, I always recommend starting off with a $5 a day Facebook ad budget, right? So create a nice looking Facebook ad, $5 a day, and just test based on different interests, right? So using Facebook audience insights, and I actually have a video on my channel with detailed Facebook ad strategies, so you can go check that out as well. But you don't have to spend a lot of money, like literally $5 a day times 5 ads, $25 a day, for a couple days. You'll find the ones that are not working, you'll find the ones that are working. And then the beauty of Facebook ads is, and even with Instagram story ads, right, retargeting. You can install a Facebook pixel, and what a Facebook pixel is, have you ever been on the internet and you went on a website, and now suddenly you're seeing that website and that brand everywhere you go, every single website, you go to work, right, suddenly at work you're seeing it, right? And that's because you have been, pretty much pixeled. And what they did is they installed a Facebook pixel on their website, and what that does is now they're retargeting you. So like, they've created like a list of people that have been on their website that already know what the brand is about, but that haven't bought maybe yet. And so now they're creating ads that only these people are seeing, that are already familiar, that have already gone on the website, but have not bought yet. Retargeting is where you'll make the most money with your Shopify store. So it's super, super important, right? But get started with the basics, right? Just simple Facebook ads with interest, and then maybe some Instagram story ads. And with your advertising strategy, I always recommend, especially at the beginning, try to offer like, buy 2, get 1 free, or maybe like a 50% off coupon in your ads, right? Just because you gotta like really give them a reason to buy from you at the beginning. When you've got no email list, you've got no customers, you've got to give them a reason to go on your website and actually buy from you and not from someone else. So, and also make sure to add so much value, into your product offering that they're not going to be willing to just order themselves off AliExpress. Most people don't know about AliExpress anyway, but one important thing is to make sure that you're like offering so much value with your product, and just talk to your supplier, right? Like your supplier is going to be willing to work with you as long as you show them like, hey, I'm going to make a lot of money and I'm going to have a lot of customers. So this is like a mutually beneficial relationship. And now step 5, email marketing, super important, right? So you always want to try to get their email. So if you are running Facebook ads and Instagram ads, right, you want to get them on your site, and then you want to make sure that you are capturing their email. So, give them a reason to maybe offer them a coupon or something like that, right? So install Aweber or MailChimp, it seamlessly integrates into Shopify, and then you want to create an automated email sequence. And I might do a tutorial on this. If you want to see a tutorial on this, comment Shopify Dropshipping right down below. I'm going to show you guys exactly my like insane strategies that I'm using for email marketing. And I'm doing this for all my online businesses, my multiple 7-figure online businesses. So email marketing is insanely powerful. You always want to get the customer's email. And like I said, if you've got an email list of 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people, now you've got something going, right? Like now you're pretty much set for life. And with an automatic sequence, it's so powerful because, let's say your customer bought, now you can pretty much you can pre-write emails that they'll get, 1 day after, 2 days after, 3 days after. And at first, like you'll thank them, and then pretty much you can offer them, special deals, promotions, like, and you can reach out to them for future deals and promotions, like when you're launching new products. So insanely powerful, you need an email list. And now the next part is scaling. So you've got your Shopify store, you've got your ads running, everything's going well, you made your first sales, and everything's just on the up. Now you want to scale, right? So maybe you want to hit 6 figures and 7 figures. And this is where you want to hire VAs. VAs are so incredibly powerful, right? Like I've got like a massive team of VAs for every single one of my stores and businesses, right? And you can hire these VAs from countries like the Philippines, India, and they're really, really good. and you don't have to pay them much, right? Because $3, $4 an hour is a lot in their countries. Like, it's more than enough for them to live a great life, and it's definitely a lot more than they would be getting paid in their country. So VAs, super powerful, and I've got a ton for every single one of my online businesses, and that's really like the weapon. It's the secret weapon of online business to really scale to 6 figures and 7 figures and even 8 figures. And now once you're really starting to make like 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, then I highly recommend starting to order in bulk from your supplier, because ordering in bulk, you'll always save more money and you'll have a higher profit margin when you order in bulk, because, you know, obviously as opposed to ordering individually and having your supplier drop ship for you, it's going to cost a lot more for you, right? So you want to order in bulk. And the beautiful part about ordering in bulk now, after you've already established a Shopify store, you're making a lot of money, is that, you know, there's zero risk now. The main risk with ordering in bulk is that you don't know that you have 100 units or 1,000 units just like sitting there. You don't know if it's going to sell. But if you've already got successful products selling on your Shopify store, obviously, you know, you can just order in bulk. You'll know that they're going to sell. And there are fulfillment centers that you can hire that basically you can ship your product from your Chinese supplier to the fulfillment center, and then they'll drop ship for you, you know, to every single individual customer address, and you can get your VAs to cooperate and send the fulfillment orders to your fulfillment center. So super powerful. Those are the secret weapons to really scale to 6 figures and 7 figures and even 8 figures. So it's literally that simple, and there's nothing stopping you from making an amazing amount of passive income and making a lot of money from your Shopify dropshipping stores, truly changing the rest of your life and achieving complete financial freedom, personal freedom, and just, you know, being able to live a truly epic dream life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in learning exactly how to start with Shopify dropshipping, how to create that amazing successful store and that 6-figure, 7-figure brand, then I created an exclusive free training for you guys. Link is right down below, where I'm going to show you everything you need to know to actually start making money with Shopify dropshipping. So if you're still confused about how to start, and if you still have like questions about exactly how to start making money with Shopify and how to make it successful, how to create a successful store, then you can also ask questions in the free training. Link is right down below. And I really don't want you to miss out, because there's actually a cap of 1,000 people. The software that I'm using for the training, it only allows 1,000 people for some reason into the training. So I really don't want you to miss out, because if you get into the training and there's over 1,000 people in it, it's just going to start kicking people out, and it's going to kick you out. So go ahead and click on the link below for the free training. I'll see you in there, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are interested in living your dream life through online business, entrepreneurship, and, you know, Shopify, Amazon, FBA, e-commerce, and just, you know, really achieving that personal and financial freedom that online business will allow you to reach in your life. And if you guys are like diehard entrepreneurs, subscribe, like the video. Also follow me on Instagram, social media, and Snapchat. I'll see you guys soon.